What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So guys, I want to talk about Regina Hill. She's the city commissioner of Orlando, Florida. And of course, we've seen some of these commissioners before that are doing everything but what they promised the public. Look at Natalie Hall out in Fulton County. She's forcing her male employee to sleep with her, and when he doesn't want to do it, she fires him, losing Fulton County $1 million in the process. Why is she still up there? I have no idea. She has not been removed. But in the case of Regina Hill, this is a woman that has continuously had problems in Orlando. This isn't the first time that she's had issues as city commissioner. How she got up there, I don't know. There was a particular situation in which she got outed for living in low-income housing while making way above the limit for that housing. Let's check it out.
Tonight, News 6 investigates a complaint leveled against Orlando City Commissioner Regina Hill. Now in the hands of the state attorney's office, the complaint claims Hill lives in a low-income apartment complex even though she makes more than $60,000 a year as a commissioner. News 6 reporter Eric Sandoval got a hold of that complaint for us tonight. Eric, what did you find out about this?
Well, Matt, we found out that this complaint was actually filed by a family member of one of Regina Hill's biggest political rivals this election season, just a couple days before election. Lawana Gelser tells me this isn't about politics, though. She says she is concerned that Orlando residents are not only paying Hill's salary, they may also be helping her pay her rent. Timberleaf Boulevard is located inside the Landing at Timberleaf Apartments, a complex of 240 units for low-income families. And this is the address Orlando City Commissioner Regina Hill put on her forms to run for re-election. According to the complex's owner, the most a resident can make in order to qualify to live there is $39,000 a year, and that's for a 4-bedroom apartment. A complaint filed with the state attorney's office this week asks how Hill is allowed to live there if she's making $60,000 a year as a city commissioner. It asks for an investigation into whether she's renting illegally. The complaint includes a copy of the subsidized lease agreement for the unit she says she lives in. It shows she pays $644 a month in rent. And if you look closely, it's missing Hill's name. She's not on the lease. Instead, there's a notarized letter from another woman, which reads, Hill has resided in the home with her since December of 2015, after her daughter's death.
Hi, Ms. Hill.
We called Commissioner Hill to ask her if she could help us add all this up.
We are following a story about a complaint that...
Hill interrupted me, saying the complaint was nothing more than a smear campaign.
What do you have to say to allegations that you're living in subsidized housing and you make more than $60,000 a year?
She told me, I am working for the residents of Orlando, and that's all I have to say about this.
And then there is this whole scamming thing in which she took advantage of a 96-year-old woman, beat her for damn near $100,000, buying a facelift, which is interesting because when you look at her, I don't know what she could have lifted. She looks entirely the same as she's always done. Perfumes, going on hotel stays, tricked the lady out of the house. She has her son and the boyfriend living in the house, which is interesting enough. But you know what? Eventually, they caught up with her. Okay? They caught up with her. And this is exactly what happened when they caught up with her.
Breaking right now, Governor Ron DeSantis has suspended Orlando City Commissioner Regina Hill just days after she was indicted on criminal charges. Just moments ago, we received a statement from Hill saying in part, "My confidence in the integrity of the legal process and faith in God is unwavering, and I am deeply moved by the support from our community. I will wait for my day in court when I'll be able to prove my innocence and that I always acted in good faith." WESH News Tonight, Gabriel was at the first city council meeting since Hill's suspension, and tonight the mayor says they will now work to find another person to fill her seat.
Yeah, the city council will hold a special election next month where someone will be selected to temporarily serve District 5 until Regina Hill's criminal case is closed. Now, at the city council meeting today, Mayor Buddy Dyer said the allegations against his colleague come as a shock.
We have been notified that Governor DeSantis entered an executive order under state law temporary suspending Commissioner Hill.
Before getting to business, Mayor Buddy Dyer shared how the city council had just learned that one of the seats will remain empty. It's been 4 days since Hill was taken to jail on criminal charges, accused of taking advantage of a 96-year-old woman living in her district.
As a city, our focus is ensuring the residents of District 5 are appropriately served and represented.
At the meeting, one resident shared how he and his community have been let down.
Very heartfelt. Very disappointing. This is not fair to the disability community that one of our very own commissioners that we actually looked up to, that actually said that she was one of the biggest supporters of the disability community, would even do something like this.
Hill posted bond last week after she was indicted on charges that include exploitation and mortgage fraud. Florida Department of Law Enforcement spent nearly a year investigating Hill. State agents say Hill spent more than $100,000 from the victim's savings and used the money on personal things like a facelift, a hotel stay, and dental surgery. At a news conference in Miami Monday, DeSantis said the indictment triggered his decision.
If she's convicted, then she's out. For good. If she's exonerated, then she can come back.
Regina Hill showed up to City Hall Monday, but following the suspension, she couldn't take her seat when the council meeting began.
It makes me sad. I was pretty stunned by the allegations in themselves. It doesn't seem like Commissioner Hill to me. She's been a caregiver. She's been a nurse. She fights hard for her district.
Now, May 21st will be the day the council will decide who will serve the District 5 City Commission seat. But next Monday, the council will hold a special meeting to begin the process of finding qualified candidates.
So you want to know what I think about all of this? Great. I think it is great. They need to continue to lock these people up. I'm sorry, I just got to call it for how I see it. This is ridiculous, okay? I'm sorry, I'm going to go on a little bit today. These ladies, and I hate to say they've been making the headlines, the Tiffany Henyards, the Regina Hills, Fannie Willises. They all have something in common. They're either divorced or single moms, all right? This is not to out everyone who has this background, but we are starting to see a certain level of similarity with all of these ladies, and the masculinity is just so up, okay? The disrespect for people is so up. And who do you see them disrespecting? Hey, these people don't do disrespect really towards black men. These people are disrespecting black women. I've showed you time and time again where LaToya Cantrell, Monique Owen out of East Point, Michigan, Tiffany Henyard in Dolton, Illinois. These people disrespect women more. And again, they all have this thing about how men shouldn't disrespect women. I get all that. I understand that. But coming in the future, the men are not going to be your biggest problem. I think that they've already handled that. You know, they've kind of gotten rid of the red pill guys. They're coming hard after the Andrew Tates and whoever else and all. Okay, you solve that issue. I'm gonna tell you what you can't solve. These ladies out here who are gonna be on this kind of fake women empowerment, some of them, it's not all of them. You do have women who care about women. I get that. But some of them are gonna use this as the guys to disrespect other women and humiliate them and use them. Same thing with Tiffany Henyard. Before she got into office, she took advantage of a single mom in Section 8, cost the city of Dolton $36,000, and she still didn't pay the rent on the mortgage. The house got foreclosed. And no level of accountability. You heard Regina Hill said, you know what, I'm gonna prove my innocence in court. Don't feel like she did nothing wrong. They've been investigating her ass for a whole year, okay? A whole year. And this lady got the nerve enough to believe that nothing is wrong with her. And you could even kind of look at her, and I'm not trying to say that she has a face that looks like she's evil, but man, you kind of get the feeling, at least from me. When I look at her, I would think something is wrong with this lady. I don't know why I feel that, but to take advantage of a 96-year-old lady, you have to be low to do that. And that's what you get. They don't care about a lot of these ladies, some of these women. They don't care. Long as they get what they want. And they don't know that all of that entitlement that, you know, society has allowed certain ladies to get, it comes back to bite them. It's not even really the men. The men have kind of figured out, like, you know what, let me kind of stay away from all of that. No, a lot of women are luring other women into traps, and it's not cool. And a lot of guys want to really be out there and help and assist. Now, then at that point, that's when they want the men to come back and help. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shitty Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you do. Share the bell. We're out.